Huling katanungan, Ginoong Chairman. Itong pre-operation report at saka authority to operate. Kapag ka ito'y nalagyan na ng control number, dadaan na po yan sa proseso at kailangan ng pagpasahan ng mga opisyal. Tutuloy ba to? Wag itutuloy ito? Etc. etc. Tama po ba yan?
Tama po.
So ito'y kumbaga application lamang ito.
Opo.
Pag sinumite, doon palang gugulong yung bola, ika nga.
Opo.
Hanggat hindi sinusumite, hindi gugulong ang bola.
Opo. Tama
At
po.
walang kailangan pagpasahan sino man sa hierarchy ng PIDEA.
Tama.
Mula sa kanyang immediate hanggang sa pinakamataas na opisyal ng PIDEA.
Tama po.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Attorney, for that clarification.
Thank you, Senator
very much.
Chis. Mag-sisisyon na tayo. Ganito na lang. Meron pa tayong isang hearing. Sana makarating yung hindi pa nakarating dito. Then afterwards, tapusin na natin. Tapos na ito.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
on that point, before we adjourn, I'd like to raise an issue now or probably on the floor later because I heard the chairman earlier that we would have wound up this hearing if Secretary Ochoa had attended. But my problem, Mr. Chairman, is Maharlika, the number one antagonist, protagonist, character, whatever you call it, has no plans of attending. She has said so herself, Mr. Chairman. So, do we wait to and keep this hearing open? In regard to the other names mentioned, I brought this up in the last hearing, Mr. Chairman. For example, Mr. Morales mentioned President Duterte that he knows. Yun ang claim niya. And I raised the issue na hanggang saan tayo magpapatawag sa pangalang binabanggit ni Ginoong Morales. Binanggit niya si Ms. Maricel Soriano, inimbitahan natin. Binanggit si si General Kakdak, inimbitahan natin. Si General Serapio, inimbitahan natin. Gaya ng sinasabi ko, Mr. Chairman, at some point in time, we have to rein in kung hanggang saan lang. Kaya ng sabi nating Senate President earlier. And that is the reason, Mr. Chairman, why I think I've been in the Senate for quite some time. The reason why a motu proprio is usually isa. And by tradition in the Senate, I'll mention this on the floor later. By tradition in the Senate, a motu proprio hearing is conducted during recess. Kasi wala pong session, may nangyari. May nangyari, kailangan mag-hearing. Or hindi pa nare-refer. Na-file na yung resolution, hindi pa nare-refer, kaya kailangan mag-hearing. But in the past, a resolution was forthwith filed para yung direksyon maliwanag. Hindi yung depende sa makulay po ang buhay ni Ginoong Morales. Marami po siyang karanasan at marami po siyang nakasalumuhang mga tao. At hindi ho ako magugulat na totoong nakasalamuhan niya, yung mga kilala at mga batikang mga pangalan sa ating kasaysayan. Pero mahirap naman po na kada pangalan babanggitin ay papatawag at magdedepende ang pagpapatuloy, di pagpapatuloy ng hearing sa pagdalo ng mga pangalang binabanggit niya, lalo na wala naman po siyang personal knowledge, meaning hindi po niya personal na nakasalamuha o narinig yung mga di umanong bagay na sinabi, kabilang na yung personal na away ni Ginoong Santiago at ni Ginoong Enriquez. Kung ano man po namamagitan sa kanila, ay nasa kanila na ho yun. Ayoko na hong pakialaman yun. Kung ano man po ang sama ng loob ni General Santiago kanina kay Ginoong Enriquez na tila meron, nasa sa kanila na ho yun. Pero lumalabas pa rin po dito at obligado tayong pakinggan at pagbigyan. So at the proper time, Mr. Chairman, I hope we can discuss together with the other members of the committee, as the good Senate President has pointed out, because nothing, let me clarify, nothing prevents a hearing to be conducted based on a resolution specifically finding out sino nga ba ang mga adik, totoo ba yung sinasabi dun sa dokumento na sinasabi ni Ginoong Morales, etc. etc. Nothing prevents that from being done. Pwede po yan gawin mamaya o bukas, may pwede mag-privilege speech at yun po yung basehan ng pagdinig. Pero base sa privilege speech, base sa resolution, yun po ang magiging limitasyon ng pagdinig. Dahil sa totoo lang, naiintindihan ko ating chairman dahil interesado naman ako mapakinggan din. May opening sa lahat ng sinasabi natin mga testigo. Subalit mahirap naman po na kada pangalan babanggitin ay gagawin nating depende ron yung pagdinig kung itutuloy pa o hindi na.
Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I submit.
thank you. I admire your insights, your inputs, and again, I have, kung hindi ko pa na-rule yan, right here, right now, I'm going to rule that kahit na nabanggit ni Morales, ni PDEA Agent Morales, si President Duterte, si President Marcos, I have to rule now as the chairman of this committee that I'm not going to invite those personalities. Now, but please just give this chairman the, you know, the, how do I English this? Just give this chairman the, huh? Leeway. No, not leeway. I'm referring to give this chairman the prerogative to invite kung sino ang gustong i-invite. And anyway, yung sinabi ni General Kakdak, most of them are not to be strict about it, about being a german to the topic. Ay medyo ibang topic na yun, di ba? But still, we have gained some insights coming from his statements as far as the drug situation of the Philippines is concerned. So nagpasalamat pa rin ako sa sinasabi ni General Kakdak. Kasi, again, we are testing the credibility of our resource person. Nandun yun sa sinasabi ni General Kakdak. We can get some insights from that. So right now, I am asking my colleagues and also the Senate President na pagbigyan na lang ako kahit na ito'y motu proprio investigation. One more time, isa na lang. Next week para naman tapusin natin. So yun lang po. Again, thank you sa inyong lahat. Again, next hearing is yung report daw nyo, sir, PDEA, yung about sabi ito ng sekretary ito.
Binigay ko yung Monday, May 20.
Monday, May 20, next week.
In this room, 10 a.m. in this room.
In this room, the same room. Sana makarating kayo. Except General Kakdak, wag na, sir. Yung mga PDEA lang at saka yung ibang invited.
Sa muli, maraming salamat sa inyong panonood at pakikinig. Once again, El Maestro. See you on my next vlog. Bye-bye!